Good morning. Whoop. Welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. I stayed up late last night. I watched the Mayweather-McGregor fight. And you know the worst part about the outcome of that fight? For me, is that I won't be able to wear this cool shirt. I like this shirt. A brother and a sister bought it for me, and then they added, whoa, hold on, I know. 3 hands would be better. They added the fringe on the bottom. And not only do I think the shirt is cool, not only was I obviously rooting for Conor McGregor, the shirt is comfortable. It's like one of those soft cotton shirts that I don't own a lot of. But yeah, I thought Conor was going to win. I certainly wanted Conor to win. But he got beat. And even out here, off grid, I could watch the fight. That's a pretty interesting thing about technology. There were all these people who were live streaming it, whether they were filming it with their cameras or phones off of a television that they paid for, or some people were filming other people who were live streaming it and then posting it, and as fast as YouTube could knock them down, more came up. So, you know, power to the people. And I got to watch it, except the very last, 5 seconds of the fight, as it was going on, I didn't see because of technical difficulties or something. And so I was like, oh man, they shouldn't have stopped that fight, because Conor was still, you know, I saw him after those 5 seconds. He still looked, you know, like he could continue. But then I finally got to see on like a replay or something when the ref stopped the fight. He did the right thing. The referee did. I saw the after fight interview, and Conor said, you know, it's probably a pride thing. I would have liked to have seen the fight go to the bell. I would have liked to see what that brought. You know, I think what Conor would have seen if that fight had gone longer was the lights on the ceiling, right? I think he was on the way out. Floyd outboxed him. It was a good fight, though, right? People said that, for those of you who watched it, people said Conor wouldn't lay a glove on Floyd. He certainly did. He clearly won the first 3 rounds. After that, you know, it's up for debate. Mayweather won. It is not 49-1. It's 50-0. The greatest boxer in history, right? Congratulations, Mr. Mayweather. I have a good friend, Pastor Dal, and he made a couple tongue-in-cheek videos because he knew I was for Mayweather. I mean, I was for McGregor, and he was for Mayweather. And then some people, I think, don't quite get Pastor Dal and my relationship. We're friends. So, you know, I really wanted, I'm going to go see him here soon, and I really wanted to show up at his house wearing this shirt and having it mean something. You know, I think it would have been funny. But yeah, that ain't happening. And I heard him, he made a video. He said, you better show up at my house and wear a 50-0 shirt, Pastor Fox. Hey, Pastor, you buy it for me, I'll wear it, brother. I can eat crow. So there's that. You know what? It was a nice diversion, right? At least it was for me. I've seen some pretty nasty comments on Pastor Dow's site. And, you know, you're a man of God and you're blah, 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 or it's just about the money, blah, blah, blah. Oh, the money certainly had a lot to do with it, but that was a fair fight. Matter of fact, Conor broke some rules there. You know, it's like kind of lost a little bit. Kept trying to get his back. It's a great thing to do in MMA. It's a terrible thing to do in boxing. You just can't do that, right? So, yeah, for the negative-minded people, whatever. Go find something else to complain about now. Life's good. Can you hear it out here? That cow is like half a mile away from here. If you could hear that. Moo, moo. It's amazing how sound carries in the morning. At least I hope he is. That's where he belongs. Maybe he came across onto our property. So yeah, it was a nice diversion. You know, Korea fired 3 missiles. Trump hasn't said a lot about that. 3 projectiles. Boy, it seemed like we were pretty quick. We, the U.S. government entities, I think it was PACOM, Pacific Command, quick to say they all failed in flight or failed on the launch pad, and then we had to come back, the big we, I'm not involved in that anymore, and say, oh, no, 2 of them didn't fail in flight. Guys, let's all, in all things, be honest and let our yays be yay and our nays be nay. You know, I don't know where this world's going. Flooding in Houston. I think they're trying to hype it more than it is. You know, worse this, worse that. I've seen a couple of videos. Yeah, it's flooding. And not even in Houston, right? Just in that area. Whatever. Everybody knew it was coming. They had time to prepare. Are you prepared? You know. Here in the Ozarks, I can tell fall is coming. The vegetation is actually starting to recede a little bit. I see the volume of it decreasing. It's cooler. I'm liking it. I could actually get away with wearing a light sweatshirt right now. It's a little chilly. So life goes on. Like I said, the fight for me and for Pastor Dal, I'm sure, was a nice diversion. It was something fun, you know, to kind of talk about and poke fun at each other about. The fight's over. Mayweather won, and he won. You know, no this, that, or anything conspiracy. He won that fight. For those of you who make negative comments, and I guess I'll just go there. There are some people out there. I guess we're going to a mini rant. Oh, here we go. There are some people out there with what I call a religious spirit. And they are, other people use the phrase holier than thou. And I used to get, when I used to post more on YouTube, it's why I love you guys. You know, I can kill trolls here easier. I used to get a lot of people say, you say you're a pastor? I didn't hear you mention Jesus one time in this video. Okay. Your point being? Yeah, come on. Get a grip on life. You know, life goes on. Yes, I am a pastor. Yes, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Yes, I don't need to wear that on my sleeve. I don't need to have every other word that comes out of my mouth be Jesus Christ. I think I live my life as an example to others. And it's the same thing with this fight. All the comments, and again, I saw them mostly on Pastor Dow's site. You know, you call yourself a man of God and you're getting all excited over this blood sport. Come on, get a grip. You know, first of all, there wasn't, I don't think, any blood in this fight. Come on. People, man. People just like to complain, don't they? They like to complain. And they like to think they're better than other people, and they like to show that they're better than you or me or whatever. It ain't about you being better than me. It ain't about you being better than other people. It's about you doing the best you can with what you got where you're at. It's about you being right with the Father. Comparing yourself to other people, that's silly. Why would you compare yourself to a flawed thing? Because all humans are flawed. Nobody's perfect. So, there's a little morality lesson for us. And the other part is, you got to enjoy life. You can have fun. You know, you can take time to smell the roses or the, what are those things called? Are those geraniums? My wife planted them, keeps rabbits away, supposedly. Take time to do those things, especially now, in the good times, right? Somebody said in a comment, I'd love to see a video on your solar dehydrator. I've done videos on it before on my YouTube channel. I think if you search on my channel, solar dehydrator, you'll find it. I would show you now, but I have coffee in one hand and a selfie stick in the other, so I can't. It's pretty simple though. It's a open-ended box. It's open on the bottom. It's screened on the narrow end on the bottom. It's just painted black inside. It has that plexiglass. That gets hot. The air flows up. Open-ended box at the top. It flows into another box full of shelves that have dehydrator trays on them. It gets really hot in there. That's that. So, mulch. I'm piling it high and deep. It's a very valuable commodity here on our homestead. And right now it's free. And right now my alert level is up. And when my alert level is up, I tend to make sure that all the stuff I'm supposed to have, I have in, in doubles and triples and have enough of, load and stack the magazines kind of thing. And so I'm piling up some mulch. So if the world goes crazy, I won't have to make my own or go dig it up or whatever. It'll just be right here, nice and easy to use. It doesn't go bad. And just one more tip, and then I got to get going because I got stuff to do, which you'll probably find out about in a later video. Just because it popped into my head. Do you know sugar is really easy to store? And for most of us, sugar is hard to obtain. Also, for most of us, we eat way too much sugar. But we were talking about it yesterday evening, me and the brethren. A lot of us make one form of alcohol or another, wine, mead, beer, things like that. And a lot of us are looking into how do we do that. Like, I was going to make blackberry wine this year. I didn't get to it. Was going to make passion fruit wine. Did not like the taste of passion fruit juice. So it's like, I'm not going to make wine on that. Made some pretty okay watermelon wine last year. But the thing is, when you make that stuff, you need sugar. Sugar's pretty cheap right now, and it stores easy. Something to think about. Go pick you up 30 pounds of sugar, put it in a 5-gallon bucket, and call it good. Even if it turns to a solid rock, you can do that trick where you put a slice of bread in with some. You can beat it with a hammer and grind it with a brick. It's not going to go bad. And I guess I'm just free flow thinking this morning. Something even more important than sugar that you really need to have is salt. Salt. Again, something we eat too much of in our diet as Americans, but something that is vital for life. I don't relish the thought of drinking blood, Blutwurst, to get my salt content, and I won't do it because it's against Torah. So where do you get salt? Salt's really important. Roman soldiers used to be paid their wages in salt. That's where the phrase "a man is worth his salt" comes from. All these things. There's a good book called Salt. It's like a black cover with a salt shaker on it. It's a pretty easy read. I picked it up several years ago when I read, these are the books that George Bush Jr. is reading right now, and that was one of them, so I bought it and read it. Salt's important. It's important for preserving, for canning. You need a certain amount in your diet to make your body work, and it's not that easy to get. There's a reason that all over the land there are places called Salt Creek and Salt Valley and Salt Lick Run and those kind of things, because salt was really valuable. When people found it, they would work with it. So here's the deal. Salt is dirt cheap right now. It also lasts forever. Once you get your supply of salt put away, I think those little 1 pound round containers of salt that probably cost $1. My wife does the shopping, not me. Man, put those up. Those will be great barter items. Really good barter items. Problem is they don't stack well in a bucket. There's a lot of empty space in there. Fill it with beans. All right, whatever. I got stuff to do today. Like I said, you'll probably hear about it. Spader, 49-1. Yeah, didn't happen. I like the shirt. It's really too bad. Maybe I could put like a big red X through it or something and continue to wear it. Hey, I'll say it here publicly. Pastor Dow was right. I was wrong on calling the fight. All right, I'll see y'all out there.